Hello, this is Russell from New Creation Ministries, and I want to ask you something. Do you understand the goal of communication? Stay tuned, and you'll find out what that is. So, what is the goal of communication? Now, you might think it's problem solving or understanding each other, but I think some of us have that as a goal. Others of us have perhaps a subconscious agenda when it comes to communication. And that's why in our last segment we talked about how communication is so key in the marriage matrix. We have communication, fun, sex, and partnership. Those are the four traits, the four characteristics of every healthy marriage that I've ever witnessed. And we want to talk some more about communication and break this down some more. Communication is getting into the core and the very center of your spouse's being and soul and personality and allowing them into yours. But if our goal is wrong, if our core purpose, if our core direction is misplaced, we're going to get busted on the rocks down below every time. So, what is the goal? Well, very simply, the goal of communication, I believe, as Jesus directs us toward a goal, is like it says in 1 Corinthians 16:14, to do everything in love. Now, that might sound vague and amorphous, but to do everything in love means to do everything with a relational purpose. If we're not doing everything toward the goal of connection and to know and be known deeply and honestly by each other, we're doing it for the wrong reason, especially in marriage. So many of us, we have the goal of keeping score when we communicate with our husband or wife. We have the goal of formulating an answer while they're talking or sharing their heart with us. Or we want to find out where the hole is in their logic. Or we want to maintain the moral high ground, or we want to prove who's right, or we want to conform them to our will. There's a lot of things we do, sometimes subconsciously, sometimes we secretly know what we're doing. But when we have those kinds of goals, things are going to go south. Things are going to go sour. We're going to be screaming at each other before it's all over. Because when that is your goal, then you're likely to obtain it. You're likely to reach it. If you're trying to win an argument or find the bad guy or whatever the case might be, then you're probably going to arrive at your chosen destination. That's the wrong goal. Your goal, my goal, should be to find and even sometimes to fight through, if necessary, to intimate, honest connection. There's no other good reason to have a fight, to have an argument, to work through conflict, other than to overcome any barrier or any boundary that stands in the way of true connection and intimacy and transparency and fulfilling relationship. I hope this is helpful in understanding what the goal of communication is. It isn't to win an argument. It isn't to prove yourself right or your spouse. It isn't to let them know how smart you are. It isn't to finally settle a dispute or even to problem solve, unless that problem is that there is lack of relational connection. To work through the resolution of that problem, that is the true goal. That is our goal as followers of Jesus, to love God and to love our neighbor. And of course, our spouse is our nearest neighbor. I hope this has been helpful. So please like or subscribe. Let your friends know about this site. We're going to continue talking about communication, and we'll share more next time with you. Be sure to tune in. Look forward to talking with you more.